The new wrestling head coach at UNC is facing some criticism for comments he made about the looks of young women on the Chapel Hill campus. WRAL's Matt Tallhelm is live outside Carmichael Arena where the Tar Heels wrestle. He spoke with the coach within the last 3 hours. Matt, what did he have to say?
Yeah, Deborah, Coach Rob Koll actually called me. He said he's embarrassed. He feels bad about what he said. He made those comments on a wrestling podcast. He says with a host he feels very friendly with. They are good friends. He feels familiar with him to joke around, but not everyone is taking the coach's comments in jest. Before he even returns to the mat to coach his first meet at his alma mater, UNC's new wrestling head coach Rob Koll is entangled in controversy for this response to a question from the host of the Bader Show podcast.
Just tell me about Chapel Hill and give me the Chapel Hill pitch. What's so great about Chapel Hill?
First of all, it's 60% women, for God's sakes, and 95% are attractive now, and it's just a really neat little campus for young 18 to 22-year-old men. I mean, good Lord, would you not want to go there? And it was funny. We went and they had this sorority. They had the sorority weekend when I was there last weekend. And I look at it's like 95% girls. I'm like, why do we not have a recruiting weekend this weekend?
I was really taken aback because Rob Koll is someone that, as I've wrestled, have grown to really admire and really respect.
Jasmine Gong earned the first girls' state wrestling title back home in Maryland before coming to Duke, where she started the women's wrestling club.
Time and time again, we've frequently had experiences where we're fighting for respect in the wrestling room, where we're fighting objectification in the wrestling room.
The chair of Women's and Gender Studies at UNC responded to the coach's remarks, telling us comments such as that made on the podcast unfortunately support misogyny and heterosexism. They reduce female students to their physical beauty and imply that women's value is measured by their attractiveness to men.
Their Carolina wrestling program has a lot more to offer than just the girls on campus.
Gong hopes this leads to a discussion about the culture of college athletics.
It's a reflection perhaps about the culture that could potentially be formed in that athletic environment, where if he's normalizing these kinds of comments about girls on campus.
UNC Athletics says they discussed the interview with Koll immediately afterwards. They say he is deeply sorry. Koll tells me that he hopes his 35 years of actions supporting women in wrestling will speak louder than those words on the podcast. Deborah.
Matt Tallhelm live at UNC Chapel Hill. Thank you, Matt.